The case of the 16-year-old schoolboy who attacked his classmates and a teacher at Blundell's school in Devon is a harrowing one that raises critical questions about responsibility and mental health. The boy's defense, claiming he was sleepwalking during the attack, highlights the complex legal landscape surrounding parasomnias. And historically, courts have debated how to handle cases where individuals, while unconscious, commit violent acts. It certainly is possible. In my experience, I am a sleepwalker, um, and I have never really done anything while I've been asleep that has been out of character. So I think I'm very lucky. But I have been found crawling out of windows, onto the top of roofs, um, and I've been found in the garden digging. I remember waking up once at the bus stop, fully clothed but with my slippers on, in the middle of the night, and it's quite alarming. And apparently, when I sleepwalk, I charge around the place with great determination, and it's happened all my life. I sleptwalk vigorously as a child, and it would generally be accompanied by I'm not a silent sleepwalker. I tend to wail, so it's rather like being attacked by a banshee if you see me coming past, and it is triggered by moments of stress, um, and and certainly recently I've been able to control it. It hasn't happened for a few years, and I'm great. I'm very grateful, actually. Um, so it is interesting because uh, in the instance of this particular boy, the defence argued about his lack of intent, and the jury found that the meticulous planning, purchasing hammers, harbouring dark obsessions, showed that the boy was fully aware of his actions. The case not only exposes the tragic aftermath for the victims, who now live with long term consequences, but also the school community grappling with the trauma. And the headmaster's open approach to this incident, offering counselling and promoting open discussions, stands in contrast to the more secretive handling that one might have expected from an institution of Blundell's prestige. The judge's sentencing also reflects an important social concern where when the danger posed by an individual cannot be fully understood, the law errs on the side of caution. So, despite the boy's youth and troubled background, a life sentence was considered necessary to protect the public. And this case underscores the tension between compassion for an individual who may suffer from a severe disorder and the need for justice for the victims who will never fully recover. As our understanding of sleep disorders continues to evolve, so too must the legal frameworks governing accountability. And I hope there's some I hope there's some sort of move forward on this whole subject, because it's a it's a sort of it's a minefield. But part of the issue lies in this concern about intention. If the hammers had simply been lying around, that would have been an absence of intention. The fact that he was involved in acquiring hammers, this is mens rea. Um, this suggests that um, so legally, sleepwalkers may not necessarily be fully responsible for their actions, but individuals can still bear responsibility if their parasomnias, their sleepwalking, their in some languages, sleepwalker is known as a lunatic, which I think is very interesting. Their lunacy is triggered by controllable factors such as alcohol, stress, or drug use. And courts have struggled throughout the years to balance acquittal for lack of intent with accountability for not managing such triggers. And now legal frameworks propose holding individuals responsible when they could have reasonably prevented episodes while requiring treatment to avoid future incidents. And I think, sleepwalkers. Sleepwalking is about something. The actual moment of sleepwalking is about something we cannot control. But the somnambulism is triggered into different is triggered by different things, and we should be able to control some of that. Do things so the question comes again: can sleepwalkers do things out of character and be held responsible for them? And I think the answer here is no, they can't. Sleepwalkers would do things that are within character. But can they be led to do violent things? Yes, if they're not controlling their environment or controlling the triggers which induce sleepwalking. It's a disorder which needs further investigation. And as individuals, while they are sleepwalking, are neither awake nor aware, their actions nevertheless appear to be conscious, but they are clearly unconscious. And things sleepwalkers do, by the way, are things like going downstairs and eating. Midnight feasts are very much a sleepwalking thing. But I think homicide is murder is or violence is another matter, particularly because weapons are involved. I know of some sleepwalkers, by the way, because I've had these discussions on other occasions with other people, with fellow sufferers. And I know of some sleepwalkers who got into a car and driven a car quite competently. I find that very dangerous. Thankfully, I don't drive.